She trusted her in-laws to watch the dog while on vacation, but what they did to her beloved garden shattered her peace. Trees cut down, roses reduced to stumps, and flowers vanished without a word, an invasion of her sanctuary. Now she's left heartbroken, anxious, and questioning how to face the family who crossed the line. My husband, 35M, and I, 29F, went on holiday for a week and returned tonight. While we were away, my in-laws stayed at our house to look after our dog. When we got home, I was shocked to find that my MIL had completely changed our garden, without asking. We have a small paved garden with raised flower beds, a couple of trees, and a variety of flowers. It was simple, peaceful, and lovingly maintained. But now, one of our trees has been chopped down to a stump. My roses, which I cherished and was caring for with help from my uncle, have been cut to nothing. Other trees have been hacked back so much they're practically bare. The garden feels stripped, lifeless, and exposed. The tree that was removed used to bloom beautifully in summer and attract butterflies. I'm passionate about biodiversity, so losing it hurt. Even worse were the roses. They were thriving on a trellis full of color and memory, and now they're just gone. To be fair, some things MIL did were helpful. She cut a small patch of grass and jet washed the paving slabs. But none of this was discussed. We had only asked them to watch our dog. The only task she mentioned before we left was sealing the shed windows. I have anxiety and a strong need to feel in control of my space. I've been crying since we got back. I'm sleeping downstairs with our dog right now because I just can't be away from her. It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. I keep wondering, am I right to feel this upset? Update. The tree, I believe, was a buddleia. Technically a bush, but this one was mature with a thick trunk and stood about 2 to 3 meters tall. Definitely not a tiny shrub. MIL and FIL removed it themselves. No professionals were involved. She claims it had blackened branches from a bug infestation and said she was getting bitten, which is why they chopped it down. But to me, it looked green and healthy before we left. As for the roses, her excuse was that our puppy was chewing on them and hurt herself on the thorns. Even though they were in a raised bed, she would have had to jump to reach. So instead of watching the puppy more carefully, MIL decided to destroy the roses. MIL has done things like this before, though never to this extreme. She's known in the family for being restless and constantly needing to fix things. I suspect part of her knows she crossed a line but tries to justify it. The next morning, my husband spoke with her alone and told her how inappropriate it was to make major changes to our garden without permission. He asked her how she'd feel if someone stayed in her house and repainted a room or cut down a tree. That seemed to land. She later came to me and apologized, sort of. She said, "Sorry you were so upset by the garden," which didn't exactly acknowledge the real issue, but at least she admitted, "I know we should have called or asked." Later, they went to a garden center and tried to find replacements for the plants, but couldn't get the same kind. They offered to buy whatever we pick out ourselves, which is something, I guess. Things are civil now, but I still feel hurt. The garden feels empty, like a showroom, not a home. So much character was lost. Replacing the tree means removing the stump, and I just don't have the energy for that right now. I've decided we'll never leave MIL and FIL alone in our home again, and they won't be watching the dog unless it's at their house. I actually have a good relationship with them overall. They're generous and kind. But this isn't the first time boundaries have been ignored. When we bought the house, they helped with a lot of renovations, and I think that blurred the lines. Maybe they still see it as their project instead of our home, even after 2 years. My husband has been incredible through this. He's firmly on my side, validated my feelings, and even took me, and the dog, out for a Sunday roast to cheer me up. He's just the best.